Talk about a washout. That long atmospheric river is the story of the hour tonight. After a short break in the weather today, that window is now closed. The rain is back, and unfortunately, it's going to stick with us tonight. Thank you for joining us for KIRO 7 Tonight. I'm Gary Horker. We have team coverage out in the soaking elements and inside our Pinpoint Weather Center tonight. Starting off with Pinpoint Chief Meteorologist Morgan Palmer. Morgan, rain's fallen and the waters will be rising again.
They certainly will be, Gary, as we go through the next few hours. We have a lot of rain across the area. Now, from Seattle up to Everett, this happened yesterday. We have an Olympic Mountain rain shadow. Not as much rain right here because the Olympics are taking out that rain, which will cause flooding on the Elwha River. But our mountains are just going to get pummeled with plenty of rain. River flood forecast, record flooding on the Skagit and Snohomish rivers. And I'm going to add in the Elwha River across the northern Olympic Peninsula to that. Major flooding on many of the rest of these rivers as we will continue to see heavy rain all the way into tomorrow and really into the wee hours of Thursday, too. Pinpoint Future Track. When you wake up tomorrow morning, that Olympic Mountain rain shadow might fill in a bit, a very soggy morning commute. But look at the heavy rain instead of snow in the mountains. This is going to put a lot of pressure on our area rivers. And on top of that, gusty winds out there. Wind advisory. Winds could top 40 miles an hour at times, not only tonight, but tomorrow as well across the area. So we could have more downed trees because the soils are absolutely saturated. Be really careful out there tonight when you can't see what's in the roadway. It could be water, could be a fallen tree. I'll be along with a longer range forecast, and we'll take a look at the Skagit River, which could exceed its record flow record stage by feet coming up.
Important information to remember, Morgan. Thank you. Continuing our team coverage tonight around King County, roads are underwater. Take a look at that. Homes dealing with major flooding around Carnation. And unfortunately, in this storm, what you see here, is only going to get worse. KIRO 7 Samantha Lumibao is live on Northeast Tolt Hill Road. Samantha, that road has been underwater, shut down all day.
It's been closed for about 15 hours now. And when I checked in with you at 7 o'clock tonight, this road was covered with water. And now, as you can see, much of that water has receded from that Tolt River spilling over onto here. But come tomorrow morning, that water will rise again. Heavy rain sent the Snoqualmie River surging on Thursday, spilling onto roads, homes, and farms.
I've never seen the water as high up as it was at Tomatonga Park today. It's the whole parking lot of the campground is flooded out.
Flowing from Fall City to Carnation, people watched the river crest just above 58 feet.
You could see the river on the other side just blasting, and yeah, it was a pretty neat thing to see.
I can see the water slowly coming in. So I believe that whole farm area is going to be underwater.
The Snoqualmie River poured into the Tolt River, submerging Northeast Tolt Hill Road and closing it all day. State Route 203 was also shut down for hours. Flooding is nothing new here in Carnation, but one man who lives nearby says he's not taking any chances with his upcoming travel plans.
I have a flight to take on Friday morning, which is right after the cresting is supposed to happen. So I'm actually making potential alternate plans, ordering a refundable ticket for Saturday if I can't get out.
Yeah, probably a really good backup plan because the Tolt River is set to rapidly rise. Right now, you can't even see the water line, but come tomorrow morning, it's supposed to be back at another major flood stage and then crest again into another major flood stage at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So, of course, stay with us on air and online, KIRO7.com, for updates from the morning through the nighttime again. Live in Carnation, Samantha Lumibao, KIRO 7 News.
Thank you, Sammy. And wind knocked out power to a lot of people yesterday, at about 11,000 local customers at the peak. Right now, as we look at this, more than 3,000 customers in the dark tonight. That number has jumped by more than 2,000 just in the past hour. And a really busy week. Can you imagine for Puget Sound Energy? We caught up with crews today who told us how they prepare for major events like this.
On average, we have between 30 to 40 crews ready for a storm. And when we start looking at bringing other crews in, those guys will come from other states, whether it be Idaho, Oregon in the past. We've even had some from Canada.
PSE told us they also prep for storms throughout the year by replacing poles, running lines underground, and upgrading the strength of wiring wherever possible. And take a look at this. The cleanup crews in Lake Stephen using an excavator to keep branches and trees from forming a dam, a snag under Highway 2 that's near Lake Stevens. Look at that. Those crews doing their best to keep the water moving as much as possible before more rain brings logs and snags and then push down river in the coming days. In Pierce County, a growing number of road closures are now being blamed on floodwaters from the Puyallup and the Carbon Rivers, too. KIRO 7's Jake Chapman spent the day in Orting with people bracing for a second round of big flooding.
Water levels for some rivers are expected to rise 2.5 feet within the next 9 hours. Not only can you hear it, but you can see just how fast the water is going along the Puyallup River. And many tell us with more rain on the way, they are bracing for even more flooding. As the sun made a brief appearance,
that's why we came down today, and we knew, we were like, we've got to get the dogs out.
the remnants of Monday's rain
Terrible. My backyard flooding. I mean, it just, there's water everywhere.
is still hard to believe.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
It broke free.
Did you think the waters were going to be this fast when you came up?
No, I really didn't think that.
More rain and strong winds are on the way.
But we're also concerned about saturation, landslides, localized flooding, extreme flooding, what our levees can handle.
Tonight, Pierce County Emergency Management is keeping a close eye on the rivers.
For the Puyallup, the Nisqually, the White River, and the Carbon River are all concerns for us,
which can present all kinds of dangers.
Floodwaters are often filled with debris, so that's something that we're obviously concerned about.
A history many in Orting are familiar with.
We've had floods like this before, so it's normal, but it's expected to be a lot worse.
That's why this group decided to fill up sandbags for those who could be impacted.
I live on a hill, so I'm safe from the flooding, but people who are by the river are not as fortunate to live on a giant hill.
Making sure that everyone stays safe.
I just want to help out, and do what I can.
And you can sign up for alerts from emergency management on this incoming weather. Learn how on our website, KIRO7.com. In Orting, Jake Chapman, KIRO 7 News.